Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, kids of all ages, everybody all over the world, welcome to the main event, episode 10 of the C.D.B podcast. I am one of three. One is not here, so we have a special guest with us. I am A.Hun the number one Shogun. As always, I'm joined by my brother in arms, the
Chief
Chief,
Chris.
the creator of chaos.
That would be me, ladies and gentlemen. How's everybody doing out there? Man, episode 10, like you said, we here. But we are also joined by a special guest today. He's actually a member of our Discord family. He's also an artist himself. He has his own platform and everything going on. So we just decided to, since it's going to be episode 10, it's going to be a little milestone for us. Why not invite one of our Discord family members in, you know?
Yeah, man. We got our boy Linq in the building. What's happening, Chief? What's going on, bro?
Introduce yourself, sir.
What's good? Wait, hey. I thought first rule of Fight Club, don't talk about Fight Club. What happened? What's going on?
Oh, man. Yeah, that's a true statement.
That's a true statement.
It's Linq. I'm from Jersey. I was born in Montreal and shit, raised in Jersey. Now I'm back in Canada. What's up, y'all?
So we got a Maple Leaf with us. Y'all didn't know for episode 10 we were going international.
Yeah.
But we have.
Hey.
So Linq, just to christen you into the show. As always, we kind of have or at least we've started to introduce this. So I'm going to share a little bit. And you know what? Let me go ahead and bring myself in.
Am I the meanest?
Sure enough.
Am I the prettiest?
Sure enough.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this town?
Sure enough.
But who am I?
Sure enough.
Who am I?
Sure enough.
I can't hear you.
Sure enough.
Shogun.
That's right. A.Hun the number one Shogun. And so that you have enjoyed that little bit, which we always like to do this, we're also going to bring in a little bit of music because that is where we are going to start off. And as most of you already know and can tell, I am a fan or disciple of Doom. So let's go to a track that I have thoroughly enjoyed. We're going to go to This Is Canon Now by Czarface and MF Doom. So that is Czarface. We'll try apologize to anybody that's watching this on YouTube, but if you do not know, you can follow and subscribe to the C.D.B podcast, which you can listen to on Apple Podcasts. You can also listen to on Google, Spotify, every place that you can find us in some way, shape, or form. You will find us on a streaming platform. And follow us on Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, YouTube, everywhere that you consume some format of social media, individually and as a collective, the C.D.B podcast. So fellas.
And also tell them that if they do follow us exclusively in our Facebook group, they get a direct membership into our Discord. So
Hey,
you get to be
definitely,
a part of Discord
definitely.
family.
And if you want to be in the Discord, which eventually at some point we will start to share the link to join, but we are all admins and we'll make sure there's a little bit of a vetting process because again, our Discord, like even if you can't tell, having someone like Linq, we are all pretty close. We all kick it, we chat at least once a day, every day. And we're all together pretty much. So we have a lot of open discussions, conversations. We all came together, I think, originally just by watching, listening to another podcast. And then it was like, hey, I would like to, kind of create something that we wanted to do. So yeah, this is how we got here. And this is a milestone because this is episode 10. Like, so for some people, being able to reach double digits is a really big feat. And like we've said before, we're just getting started, but we just want to remain consistent. So fellas, is there any new music that you have listened to? I've pretty much been listening to Czarface and MF Doom. It is the last, or hopefully there may be some other music that isn't released, hasn't been released yet. I've heard a bunch of stuff. So to see this officially, because they've had a lot of collaborations. And if anyone's not familiar with Czarface, it's actually not one individual. It is a handful of individuals. So Inspector Deck being one of them. So, the fact that they incorporate a lot of, and you heard that track, this is canon now. There's a lot of influences and references to comics, nerd, like just overall nerddom. I love it, right? And then it poses a lot of different questions, which I'll ask this question later. But is there any other music that you guys have listened to? I know that J.Cole also dropped a single.
Yeah, that's one I want to get into. But hold on. So Linq, what about you? Hey, have you been listening to any new music that came out this week or anything in the past couple of weeks?
Well, it's not in America, but the song "Body" by Russ Millions is the first UK drill song to become #1 in Australia and the UK simultaneously.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
That's dope. Yeah, it's
so you into that drill type of shit? That drill movement, the drill music?
Well, American drill, Brooklyn, but like UK drill, their energy and like their lyrics remind me of the 90s. I mean, when lyrics mattered a little bit, you feel me?
Well, shit, lyrics matter a lot bit, but
yeah,
I get what you're saying.
I was gonna say we actually played a track. I don't know if it was last week or week before, but it was Stormzy.
Oh yeah,
Vossybot. So, I've had a few people that have got me hip to grime, UK grime, UK drill. So that's where like it's so much music, and we hear it all the time. We hear so many people say it, like there's just so much music that is out there, and it's just a matter of like just consuming it. When do you get time to consume it? If everybody's working a 9 to 5, or what you would think would be regular working hours, probably 8 hours out of 24. So that leaves you with what, another 8 supposedly to sleep, and then you've got 8 in between that to maybe do things that you may be able to do. Like, bro, what?
See, but the thing about me with music, and the reason why I'm able to consume a lot of music and hear a lot of different shit, is because like I do everything with music. Like while I'm at work, I have my pod in my ear. You know what I'm saying? When I'm in the house, you know what I'm saying, or even when I'm just like, chilling with my lady and everything like that. Sometimes at nighttime we'll be in the room, just I always have some kind of new music on, or just music in general, So
Right.
I don't. So, but the thing is though, like sometimes I tend to go back to just my favorites instead of just, what I'm saying, like checking out some new shit. You feel me?
Mhm.
Like so, like when the Czarface and the MF Doom project has dropped, like I know how much you talk about Doom and how much saying you stand for the guy. So it's like, you know what, this is and it actually came up with my new suggestion album. So I was like, you know what, let me check this out, right?
Yeah, because it's funny because I actually had kind of forgot that it was out. I knew it was coming out, but I just forgot it had released. So, you initially like reminded me like, hey,
Mm-hmm.
have you listened to this new you know track? And I'm
Doom and
like,
Czarface, yeah,
no, I haven't listened to the album yet. Oh, let me go right now.
yeah.
So I went right to it, and yeah, it was super dope. Um, I literally just went back and just had it on repeat, just
Mm-hmm.
listening while I was on my way to work, while I was coming home from work, and different things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So
So
yeah,
that was the one album that you
yeah, that
consumed the
was
most
it.
over the weekend.
That was
All
that
right.
was
So can you do
literally
me a
my
favor though?
consumption. Yeah.
Can you pull up the J. Cole track?
Yes, absolutely. Because
All right,
I
yes.
have been wanting to get others, at least their opinions on it.
Mm-hmm. And since I think you said you haven't, and I don't think Link, you haven't listened to the song yet, have you either?
And it's
No, I haven't.
interlude, isn't it?
Yeah, it's called. It's the interlude. That's the title. Yeah.
All right, cool. If you give me 1 second, and we will give it a listen. Everybody.
Instant reactions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for
Mhm.
sure.
Mhm.
All right. Okay. So, reactions,
Lake, you want to start it off?
I fuck with it.
bro.
That's
Link,
it.
that's it. Man, this dude Link.
Come on, Link. You gotta
This
open
is
up,
all
bro.
right. So, if anybody,
All right,
I was let me give everybody.
I fuck with it,
Yeah.
but it's not gonna be like I'm not gonna put it in my playlist to play over and over. You feel me? But it's straight. You feel
Jermaine,
me? That's what I mean.
Cole,
Not in your playlist.
not in your playlist. See, the
But
Maple
it's
Leafs are different,
but
bro.
it's all right.
The Maple Leafs are
If you say
different.
so.
Anyway,
If you
All
say so.
right. So for me, reason why, like, all right, because number one, I'm a huge J. Cole fan, supporter, and all that. You know what I'm saying? And
mhm.
what I love about Cole and each one of his projects, when he drops them, none of them you could say sound the same. None of the albums, like the concept of the album, is always a concept behind the album for me.
So you like there being like artists progression through each like body of work?
Yeah, because sometimes you can even digress. Sometimes like you could put out a body of work and it's like your worst body of work, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and it could be like the fourth or fifth album that you've already dropped. You could be deep in the game, you know what I'm saying, and have a fall, you know what I'm saying? But I'm always about progression, you know what I'm saying? And not only just that, like even sticking into your lane, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody knows J.Cole is known for doing that East Coast boom bap sound, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I think that style complements him so well that he, like when you hear J. Cole on this type of beat that we just heard, you know what I'm saying? It's just like he excels so much, you know what I'm saying? Like I think he could do anything. Like he's proven that he could flow on South beats and flow with all types of artists from the West Coast and everywhere, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But this sound right here, like, and all right, because he also said that he was going to release the project all at once, you know what I'm saying? But then he had tweeted out like I think the Thursday or the Friday before that, and he was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna give y'all one Lucy, you know what I'm saying? And so for this to be the Lucy and it's the interlude, like I could just understand. I mean,
Right.
I just can't wait, you know what I'm saying? I'm
Which is where
anticipating.
it kind of had me to a point, right? So like even thinking about it, it had me in the same mindset to where it's like if this is coming up and it's an interlude,
Mhm.
then I expect the project to be kind of well, very well received,
Mhm.
but also well done because I like J. Cole, man. I remember the first J. Cole concert I actually went to was at Madison Theater in Covington, Kentucky. And you know, this was like long before the Dreads. This is I think before he even released his first
Oh,
album.
so this was Young Cole with the Caesar.
Yeah, with the Caesar. So put on an amazing show. Like
Hmm.
he like had everybody involved, had everybody like in the show, like as a part of the show.
Hmm.
Um and you know like I like seeing this. I do like more conscious hip hop. I also enjoy the boom bap. So I enjoy like the backpacky stuff as well. Um but yeah, so for me, it just it was dope. It's a dope like first listen. This is
Hmm.
dope. I'm kind of in Link's corner here as well, where it's like, will I revisit it? Maybe not necessarily, especially if I think that the work that he just did on that interlude, um, you know, if he's doing that across like actual tracks, you know, we're not even looking at who he has on as features, if he really has any features,
Hmm.
you know, like there's a lot of things that go into like looking at an album
To
from an
speculate.
artist.
Hmm.
And you know, I'm still waiting on that Pusha T album. Even though
Has he announced the drop date?
I haven't seen a drop date. Has J. Cole announced a drop date for this?
Yeah, this weekend. This week coming up.
Okay.
I think it's the 14th or the 15th, one or the other. But yeah, he's definitely
Yeah, I
announced
couldn't
the drop
remember if
date.
he did or not, but
Yeah, he did.
it sounds like it's gonna be a dope album. What is this? His fourth, third or fourth?
No, this is all right. He's got
Now I know he's
his
got mixed.
official albums. He's
Yeah.
got the It's a Cold World. Then he has the Born Center. Then he has Forest Hill Drives. No, is
Okay.
it yeah, Forest Hill Drives? Then he has For Your Eyes Only. And then he has the KOD.
Okay. Yeah. Six
It's
albums.
just gonna be a six
So
album.
dang. So that's a lot more than I expected. But at the same
Yeah.
time, too, looking at that, um,
Do you have a favorite Cole project out of all of those? Or are you familiar with all of them at least? Like which
I'm
ones
not
are you familiar
yo,
with?
I'll be honest, I'm not as familiar with like Cole albums. I wasn't I did listen to KOD.
Mm-hmm.
Now again, I think as I listen to it more as it's like aged, it's grown on me a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not gonna sit here and be like you know, like the most avid J. Cole. Like
Yeah.
I when I listen to it, you know, it's not like I'm never going to turn a J. Cole track. off, right? Or
Yeah.
skip it.
Yeah, but you're just not gonna go put it on initially.
Yeah, I'm not. It's not something I'm particularly running to, but again, like I'm trying to listen across like a spectrum of genres simultaneously. Like I said before, there's just so much music coming out, and
Yeah.
plus, you know, I try to listen to music that I can try and curate for playlists at work. So then that way, it's like I'm hearing different things that other people are listening to, asking them like, hey, what type of music are you listening to today? And they'll give me suggestions and I'll check it out. um like my messages are usually a mixture of music that people are listening to, cryptocurrency news and stuff like that. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's a mod, a pretty simple talking about anime,
Yeah.
different stuff like that, maybe
Yeah.
soccer news.
Okay.
So those are about the three or four things that I'll really be getting in my messages. Other than that, yeah, that's just what it
Yeah.
is. But
Yeah.
yeah, is there any other music that's come out besides J. Cole and
I have a question though, besides that, like, because I don't think Links just said that he was listening to that UK joint that was
yeah.
UK and Australia. But question, all right, so what's the one hip hop artist that y'all want to drop this year that y'all really looking forward to? I know for you it probably would have been Doom, but now that you got in this, is there anybody else? Links, what about you?
K dot.
K Dot, he's the one you looking forward to?
Yeah, I think if J. Cole drops, then I would like to see Kendrick. Um, I think really in the realm of hip hop, there's not as many people that I'm like going out of my way to like,
To
oh man,
check
I
in
need
on?
it. Yeah, because and I think a lot of this is due to like what's happened with the pandemic as well,
Mhm.
because it's just like we're all inside, even though we're kind of sort of starting to get back outside.
Mhm.
It, you know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, I don't know.
Mhm.
So if I listen to something I really enjoy it, like I'll listen to it. Like I said,
Mhm.
like
I
Doom and
think for me
Czarface, I was
though,
all over it. So I listened to it pretty much all weekend.
yeah, for me though, now that we already gotten J. Cole is saying that he's gonna get ready to drop. The only other artist I think right now that I'm really looking forward to hearing a full project from is probably two right now. Like I'm really, really hoping that they drop this year. It's Black, with 6 lakh, or however you want to
Yeah,
pronounce
it's
it.
black.
Black, yeah, I know. I know some people
Yeah,
just choose to go
right.
ahead and continue
Yeah.
to say 6 lakh. I'm like, bro, he literally says his name one time. My name is Black. Like, but whatever. Him and JID. Because
Actually,
if
I
you
I
just
just
seen, I
started
was just
getting into
listening to
JID.
him right before we even started potting, you know what I'm saying? Like that kid is super underrated, you know what I'm saying? And he had dropped a album last year, a collab album with his group, The Spillage, you know what I'm saying, Village. But I I just want a solo body of work from him right now. Him
Right.
or matter of fact, no, the most is Joey Badass also.
I wouldn't mind another Joey Badass album.
We need a Joey album.
Well, I mean, his he's yeah, yeah, it would be nice.
What do you mean you don't need it?
Be nice. Don't need Joey Badass. We'll take it.
So who do you want?
Real nigga
You
shit.
besides you K Dot, you said K Dot. So I don't need a K Dot album.
I like I said,
Nah,
Been
I'd
a
be
while,
interested. I'd be interested
man.
in Pusha T.
It's been a while.
nah, it has been a while for K Dot and Pusha.
Yeah.
No,
Push,
I agree. Like what was the last what was that 2017 that Damn came out?
yeah, and then
2018.
who else from
Oh,
TDE
what's your
was
2018?
what'd you say, Link?
Oh, no, I was talking about Pusha. That came out in 2018.
Okay. Yeah, so I want to see Pusher album. But I think that's kind of like the tier that I would like to see in regards to the artists that are gonna release stuff,
Yeah, he is 17.
right? Yeah,
Kendrick.
I think that's a tier that like, if he
Where
can,
would you rank? Where would you rank Pusha T? What tier is he? Like
well, I think
God, elite, or like like where would you rank him?
uh, I think he's an elite artist. Anybody that can go up against like Drake and pretty much come out with some,
Victorious.
yeah,
Just say it,
yeah,
Victorious.
yeah, 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 for sure. 'Cause I mean,
Yeah,
Drake didn't respond, and we understand that. I mean, from whatever side of the line you're looking at, he didn't
but what
respond.
about you,
So
Link?
yeah,
Where would you rank Pusha at? Like, is he a god tier for you? Is he elite? Like, is he great? Like, or is he okay? Like, how you rank him?
He's got MC. He's up there, man. You
You
feel
think
me?
he's a
Like
god level?
he mad consistent. Like you feel me? And after this is after he got fucking after his brother left him, you feel me? Then he reinvented himself to a solo nigga. Then he got a whole nother run back on the block. You feel me?
yeah, because it's
Fuck you,
rare. It's rare
me.
that you have artists that go from like group to solo act, and then
And be
they
successful.
can like create more longevity from being an individual than they can from being in
So
that.
let me ask you a question real quick. All right. You got the
But
locks,
but to
right?
answer your previous question, I'm not putting him at God tier.
Yeah, you
Like
said elite.
there's three stacks. Like to me, Doom.
These are your god tiers you
I
talking
can't
about?
listen.
Yeah.
Okay. 3 Stacks is good lyrically, but I'm not. He don't have no albums. Like you ain't gonna put Pusha in there. You put him in there. That's
No,
disrespectful.
see, that's the thing though. Like
Nigga
if you
out
go,
here putting in work.
bro, bro, if
He out here. He out
okay,
here.
but if you can, as like someone that eats into, or let's say you consume hip hop in a way that you understand, like whether or not it's almost like saying somebody that doesn't have a championship ring shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame.
That's not. It's not the same. Cause you out there
Okay.
competing
That
though.
is
You
kind of
out there
true. A
competing.
nice, I
You
like
out there
that analogy.
competing.
Right,
Pusha
but
Pusha out there competing though with
here's
niggas
my
from that era
thing.
and this era. You feel
Here's
me?
my thing. How long has
Mhm.
Andre 3000 been away from the game and people are still asking for an
Yeah,
album?
and not only just that, people just going for a fucking feature. People are
Right.
begging him for a feature, and he only gives
I
you one
feel
away like
you.
every 2 years. I would put Andre
I feel
3000
exactly.
as a god elite MC. I'm a god
But
MC.
if you put him, you have to put Push too. Don't do
No,
that.
I can't
No,
do that
Disrespectful.
because we
no,
talking
you
about this.
don't.
Disrespectful.
No, you
I
don't.
put Pusha
Disrespectful.
elite. I don't think he's
No,
better
bro,
because you know why? I don't
if
think even if regardless of his body of work of Andre not having a single body of work, a solo body of work, you know what I'm saying? Like he's still on all those albums, he contributed some of the best verses, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes had
I
the
did
two
not
out
say
of
that he
three.
didn't.
No, so wait,
Yeah,
listen.
but you still.
right, but Link, the whole point of God tier is like something that's an ascendancy of what you do that very few people can do.
Like
It's not talking about
yeah.
albums, it's not talking about like
Okay.
any of that. We're talking
That's
about
why he's elite, not
he's not a
God. He's
God tier.
consistent about that.
Yeah, he's not a God tier like being.
Level MC, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. So you're talking about God tiers, okay? So he's God tier of cocaine rap.
Oh,
yeah,
1000% when
but
it comes to that.
that's
If you
still a very minute part of like what I'm looking at in regards to God tier, like MC.
But that's not. But that's not. You
he
feel me?
making a separate lane for him.
Yeah, so then you're just moving the goalpost, bro. Just so you can say that he's a God tier person. I'm not. Like my goalpost is pretty
I,
staunch. Like
I put,
all right, who else would you
so
consider
okay. In a
like
group, within a group, is he God tier?
what?
And then he went solo, which he's still going.
All right, but
But
question: who else
no,
do you
in
consider a god tier? Who else
yeah,
would you
bro.
consider a god
In
tier?
a group, his group was not God tier,
Yeah,
really.
yeah. The Clips, they weren't god tiers.
Fam.
They were great MCs. They were good at that age, but they weren't God. Like they were even like probably elite almost, but Pusha went on a different level when he had one solo, bro. Like he's a way better solo artist than he was in
Right.
clips ever.
Yeah,
The shit he
yeah.
says now is like a
But-
thousand times better than. But
and
you
I
gotta
think
enjoy the
maybe
extension.
maybe this will actually bring a little bit more clarity into it. So when we're talking about God tiers, like when it creates a ripple effect in what other people do, mimicking that particular style.
Yeah,
I think that there are people that mimic like different parts of Andre, and the impact isn't necessarily just like how many albums he's put out or anything like that. Like he was the first, like one of the very early pioneers of being a weird nigga in hip hop.
yeah.
But you're talking. But now you're talking influence. You feel me?
Yes, but
is true.
influence
That
is
is
not
true.
influence can be God tier. Like how many people can say that they've had like a
Yeah, but that's kind of
multi-generational
different though.
a
Like, we talking about.
multi-generational number one, number two, then also like can like no one wants to rap in a battle if everybody was in shape, nobody would want to go up against Andre.
What do you mean, like a
Like
battle
in
rap?
regards to like
Calling them out?
like I'm jumping on the same track with this person and I'm like
Oh
maybe
no,
kind of sort of gonna hold my
you
own.
bugging.
Like what?
It's a lot of MCs who think they could take 3 stacks. Just because
On-
you make it, just because they may not be able to do it, don't think that they don't think they can. And there's a lot of MCs who would jump at the opportunity. Like,
Ooh.
bro, anybody, if you get to be able to say like you battle Andre, my nigga, like that's
No. I'm
that's
saying
a stat.
so now I'm wanting you to answer this hypothetical question. Who could do it?
Who could do it or who
Who could
would
do
do it? You would think. All right,
Who-
so who could do it?
Who could do
Nas
it?
could do it.
Yeah.
Who would do it? I think Jada would be jump with that shit so quick.
No, stay on who could. Like not who would. I want to stay on who could. Because those
That's
are two different answers.
Nas. I think Nas would be one who can take 3 stacks. Of
Uh-huh.
course, Hove maybe. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think the same Rakim. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's certain MCs when it comes to that battle shit. You know what I'm saying? Like Ice Cube, I think could take 3 stacks too in the battle. Ice Cube is super underrated as a battle MC, bro.
Maybe.
Listen to he
battle
has
MC, yes.
exactly, yeah, like now he has a track record of battling multiple different MCs throughout his career, bro.
I think he's talking about like verse for verse on the same.
Yeah, if they're on the same track, not going head to head.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if they were
I think he's talking about like we about to battle like
because once I started to understand what Linq was saying, then it's like, all right, well, it's not necessarily like going pound for pound, like I'm gonna go up, even though that's what makes me say that like Pusha T, because it put him in the spotlight, right? When he's like going up against the biggest artist, you know, one of the most recognizable globally.
Yeah, and that's like another thing I was going to say too, that Drake is not a god tier MC, but he is a god tiered influencer.
Well, yeah, he's just
and also just like maintaining his style and everything. But I don't think he's god tier. I don't think he's god tier MC though.
No, I don't think so.
You care for your boy Links? You be up in a Drake mansion too, huh?
Yeah, that's right. You are up in there, the old Maple Leaf head ass.
Yeah, right. Nah, he ain't no goddamn MC, man. As soon as I heard about the ghostwriting allegation, he was disqualified.
All right, but before that, then do you consider him a god tier?
No, not even. I thought like he's like a fucking.
I think he's a good rapper. He's a very good rapper. He can make great songs. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's it. Like, I don't think he's a god or elite or none of that. Like, and lately Drake has been getting his ass low key whipped on some of these features too.
Yeah, I feel like
because that Little Baby feature, Little Baby whipped his ass on that shit. Little Baby spazzed on that shit.
Wait, is that the track that he did with was that on the Khaled album?
No, that was on the Lucy Pack, the Scary Hours 2 that he dropped earlier this year.
I didn't really listen to that.
I didn't listen to it either, right? But then I seen this meme the other day, like, and it had like the cartoon versions of them, a little baby spitting it, and the shit was just funny, the cartoon and everything. I was like, wait, hold on, I think I know this song. So I went to listen to the song the other day. I was at work. I put it on my phone and everything like that. But then I was like, I noticed it was like maybe like 2 or 3 minutes long. So I'm like, all right, so they must be just have one verse each. So I just skipped Drake's whole part, and I got to the middle of the song.
Wow. So
And
then
I
you
was
just came to the assumption that he got washed on his own track because you ain't
no,
even
because
listened to it.
I heard the song when the whole the three piece dropped. But remember we spoke about on the pod.
Yeah.
Yeah, on one of our first episodes, early episodes. Yeah, like but it wasn't, to me, it wasn't God tier though.
Yeah.
Like
No, it's
that,
all
and I
good.
think I think Lil Baby whipped his ass on that shit. And I really, really like Lil Baby. Like somebody, my girl, she was criticizing the game because she was watching I think it was the Breakfast Club or some shit like that, like an interview with the game, and they asked him like who's his top 10 rappers, like I guess right now, and he said he just said people who's alive right now who's not dead, you know what I'm saying? Like, and he put Little Baby in it, and she was like, I don't know if he should have did that. Who was like, I know Little Baby is, but like, is he good? I'm like, yeah, he good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, my little homie's nice. So I put her on to a couple songs. So yeah, I fuck with Lil Baby. Shout out to Lil Baby.
So to put a ribbly rabbly
On some music.
on some music, in essence, J.Cole, I think it gave us enough to, kind of want a little bit
To
more in
check
regard.
in, definitely.
Yeah, for sure. Because then on the 14th, I think everybody's going to be looking for it.
Oh
I'll
yeah.
always like to. So here's something I think is pretty funny. Is I like to see what the timelines look like, right? So timeline on Facebook, timeline on Twitter, see what people are posting in their stories on Instagram, different things like that, just so I can actually see like who's saying what. And it was kind of like when the Khaled album dropped and then everybody's talking about Sorry Not Sorry, the track with Hove
Nas and
and
Hove.
Nas. Yeah. So it's kind of like, all right, cool. You see what people are talking about. I think sometimes people are just hype beasts in general, um, where they just get super geeked out. And you'd be like, man, this is mid at best. Not saying this about the Jay-Z or Nas. I think you kind of felt that way more than anybody, where you were
You know
just
what
like,
it is too? I went back and listened to that song. It's kind of growing on me. Like,
well,
but
I
it's
think, yeah.
I think the hook really, really complimented the song so well too. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and like Jay's verse, I don't know, like I just felt like Jay could have, like, I don't know, like his flow was just too slow for me on that song. Like it seemed like he was just it's like he was slow on it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like he was spent some shit, but it just like it didn't really feel
It
like,
didn't land with you. Didn't
yeah,
really
you know what
land
I'm
with you.
saying? Like he
I
was
can
spent
dig
some
it.
shit. How you felt about that song, Link?
Yeah, Linq. How do you feel about that?
And I also want to double down, double back on what I said about I don't never want to hear another Jay and Nas song, because
Oh,
I
so
even
you
seen, yeah, you know, because I'm like, because I had seen somebody had said like, go, who you think is the most wanted collaboration album of all time, and someone said Jay and Nas, and I was like, if it was a full album, I would probably like that or probably listen to it. I was like, but I don't want it, but I could see why people do want it, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah. So Linq, you did you like that? Did that grow on you? How'd you feel?
That shit was straight. Like, I like the reason I fuck with it is because I like my old heads sounding good on modern beats. You feel me?
okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, they're not like straight up aging out of hip hop. You feel? You feel?
Right.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact. Some people
No,
just age out, like,
I
because they
fuck with
just
that.
don't fit the times no more. You know what I'm saying?
and that's where that's
But
where my thing was is like I'm glad that they did. So that's where I was a little surprised when you initially were like, bless you, where you were
thank you.
initially like, man, I could do without this. Now, mind you, this
Mhm.
is probably the second. By the time we had a chance to speak and we were doing the podcast, this was probably like the second time that I had um listened to the song all the way through, given everything, like sat with it, tried to register the bars that, you know, were in the track, and then figure out, okay, what appeals to me more in this conversation. I lean
Yeah.
more towards Nas, just because of a lot of things that like keywords, bro. So as soon as crypto, and I was like, beep, whoop,
I knew you was locked in when I
right?
heard
As
that
soon as you
verse.
said
I was
that,
like, I said, yo, A.Hun gonna go ape shit when he hear this.
yeah, as soon as you
I
said
said
crypto,
that
I was
too.
like, yeah, I'm with that talk. Go ahead, bro. Go off.
And he just made like the 100 mil off of that too.
Yeah,
Like,
dude. After Dogecoin went public. So,
mhm.
shout out to him. But
Shout out to
um,
Nasir Jones, the
yeah,
God
so
MC.
funny little segue that we have here, which led to a bit of a heated argument with Omar, who will be joining us at least by phone. He's off with his family, so I know you guys are probably like, "Where's Omar at?"
Yeah,
Um, Omar is here with us in spirit. Potentially, he will be here with us via a phone call. Excuse
yeah.
me, but he went to go visit some family, and is on his way back home. But he's traveling with his family. So give him a huge shout out to Omar. Thank you for being a part of all this.
OE, you already know.
You already know what it is.
Episode 10, baby. We all we got. C.D.B.
Um, this is coming from Revolt TV. Nas apparently owns a piece of Jay-Z's music catalog. And this comes off the heels of the latest Drink Champs episode with MC Search.
Which was a phenomenal episode, I might add.
Yep.
Links to have
So
you seen it?
Nah, I haven't. I'm going to check it out. Now
Check it
that I
out though.
heard.
Go ahead, A.Hun.
excuse me. So kind of get like to just a quick um a tidbit of what is said, and this is coming directly from MC Search. If you look at the line linear notes, excuse me, on Dead President, Nas is one of the publishers. MC Search admitted on Drink Champs, Nas owns a piece of Jay's catalog, and that's a fact. End quote. So this was posted on yesterday on
Mhm.
revolttv.com. So if you get a chance, you can go to either YouTube, watch the full episode of Drink Champs and within MC
MC
Search.
Search.
So weird that MC Search, I think, also has some connection to Third Base in KMD, which ties back into Doom. So
What you mean weird connection that he has some
Doom was a
connection
part
to?
of KMD. And
And he was
then
and Search was a part on third base.
yep.
That
So
was
they
that's
all
yeah.
hung out in the same circles.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
yeah, if you
He
actually
spoke about it too on the pod.
yeah, so that's the thing is like there is a pretty big like spider web in regards to who's interacted with whom, the impacts that they've had, and not just only from like an artist standpoint, but people surrounding um the culture of hip hop. So
But you know
uh
what's the one thing that stands out, especially when it comes to New York artists and everything like that, and the
uh
ones that who's the OGs, you know what I'm saying? They all knew each other from back in the day.
yeah, that's what I
Like just
mean.
being regular, like on the blocks, you know what I'm saying? Like, and other people meeting up with them, and then that's how they started branching out from other people. Cause, like I was even listening to another episode of Drink Chance with Mad Skills. He was talking about how like that he had got introduced to Q-Tip, you know what I'm saying, from Q-Tip coming down there, you know what I'm saying? So like Q-Tip, if he's a New York guy, obviously from Queens, you know what I'm saying, and how them back then the real MCs, they used to do networking by just networking, you know what I'm saying? That it wasn't my people talk to your people, you feel me?
Yeah, for
Like
sure.
it was way different back then.
Well, a lot of it and of course it's different from how technologically advanced we are, but also I think at the same time too, we're less in-person networky, more so than we are like cyber networky. so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of times, like, people would be rubbing elbows with other individuals that were all in the same industry,
Mm-hmm.
and they're all, um, all kind of rubbing elbows. They're running into each other at a lot of different events. So stuff like that. Hang on, I'm getting a message from Omar. Make sure he taps in because we can catch him. Saying
Mm-hmm.
whatever. But yeah, I thought it was interesting because Omar hates anything Jay slanderish because he is a Hovinger. So,
Oh yeah, of course.
you know, I thought that was pretty funny. Um, and obviously there's other things that happen throughout the week, right? So we are recording on Sunday, which is Mother's Day. So
Oh
as
yes,
always, shout out
definitely.
to all the
Shout
mothers.
out to all the mothers, all the
Happy
queens.
Mother's Day to all you out there that have, are, and will be um, blessings to your family.
Mm-hmm.
Um, hope that you all have a wonderful day and are treated as the queens that you are. So, shout out to all the moms out there. Happy Mother's Day. But
Mm-hmm.
yesterday, Elon Musk, who originally started off, I think, as a joke on Twitter, hosted Saturday Night Live.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and a couple things kind of came about, right? Because he did his opening monologue. His mom joined him in that. He, in his monologue, reveals that he has Asperger's, uh, which kind of threw me off a little bit. Because and I'm speaking more so as like someone that I have a brother that has Asperger's. Um, so just to be able to see him, and like, it's always been a worry in the back of my head, like, when either me, my parents, or anybody else from my family is gone, is he gonna be okay? Like, is he gonna be able to exist and just get through life? Like, I think there's times where he probably has it much easier in some ways, and then there's in other ways he has to deal with a lot of um issues cognitively that you have to really be able to get that to do. So to see someone as influential as Elon Musk to admit that he has it, but then it also makes a lot of sense too, because now I can see it, right? And you know how most people just kind of think like, oh man, he's just a weird dude, and it's like, no, I should have been able to pick up on that,
Mm-hmm.
right, just by listening to him. But it's just it made me feel a little bit better, but at the same time too, like, then it's like, oh, why didn't I see this before, right?
Yeah.
um so yeah, no, it was
Well,
uh
just because you know somebody who has the same sickness, you know what I'm saying, doesn't necessarily mean that you see all that in another person. Because
right.
remember, he wasn't somebody who was like extremely in the light like that, you know what I'm saying,
Mhm.
like with always being there, having exposure and all thing, you know what I'm saying, like, so of course you didn't pick it up because you didn't see his regular, like, everyday routine. Like if he was somebody who used to be like on the gram all the time, you know what I'm saying, like doing live shit, then you could see like his behavior outside, you know what I'm saying, or in his home, you know what I'm saying, on a
Oh yeah,
regular. So
absolutely.
you know what I'm saying, so that could be a reason why like you didn't pick it up at first, because try to keep it to a minimum and control it while you're out in the public. You
Well,
are Elon Musk,
it's not even that. It's just just looking at from the proficiency of what he's been able to do in business
Yeah.
simultaneously.
Well, he also has
While
a great team.
yeah, and that's probably looking at that as well, where it's like, oh, okay,
Mm-hmm.
I can really see that, and it makes sense now. Whether or not it was necessarily a high rated show, I'm sure it was, just for a number of different reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Which leads into the next reason why I thought this was an important topic to bring up, is because Elon Musk, who's flirted a lot with being known as the Doge father, or dog father, so to speak, which is connected to Dogecoin. There's been times where he's tweeted for Dogecoin. There's been times where he's tweeted to people about selling their Dogecoin. There's just been a bunch of different times. But after I think he was on there, within a matter of moments during and also at the end of Saturday Night Live.
Saturday Night Live is indeed live, right?
Yeah, bro.
Okay.
So the what is it? The price for Dogecoin fell dramatically. Right. So a lot of people, in the words of traders, got caught holding the bag, so to speak. But again, it's not like it's all over for it. And he had a funny segment with Weekend News Update where he comes on and he talks about explaining what Dogecoin is, but then nobody can explain what Dogecoin is. So then the guy who's the news anchor keeps asking him, what is Dogecoin? Well, so, in classic Elon Musk fashion, he just kind of skirts around it. And he talks about all these different things, and is still not really getting to the point of what Dogecoin is. But I'm expecting it to go up more, just because there's a lot of people that are very into the meme. There's a lot of people that are like, they think they're sticking it to the man. Unfortunately, there's just it's a large amount. There is, an uncapped market. So there can be so many, like there's an endless amount that can be created. Which, it doesn't have as much scarcity, which probably keeps it where the value is. So that is, in my understanding, in a nutshell, just why maybe, not saying that you shouldn't go get some, but I wouldn't, drop the bucket all in on Dogecoin. So it's just me. But yeah, that was interesting. We also got to see Grimes and Elon both on Saturday Night Live, and Grimes is who he is married to, and who they have their child control, alt backspace delete ampersand whatever, AXW Q a
What the hell
parenthesis.
this nigga doing over there, building a house?
Bro, who knows, man? Linq does the exact same thing in Discord. So, we're just gonna let Linq do Linq, but it looks like he's doing some
fight court. Don't talk about fight club.
talk about Fight Club. Yeah, so there was that. Looking at other news and headlines, because there's a lot of stuff happening. Like, let's go on to other billionaires. During the week, or I think just in between the last time from this podcast until the previous time that we podcasted, we started to hear news about Bill Gates and Melinda Gates separating. Excuse me, after 27 years of divorce, or excuse me, of marriage. So they divorced. And that is going to have a major impact in a number of different ways. Not only from the aspect of anyone that might be holding Microsoft stock, because no matter what, anything that happens with people that are involved with the company, even though we know that, I think Bill Gates actually sold off most, or sold off his primary stake in Microsoft. I'm sure he still owns some type of stock with Microsoft, but he is no longer like the
attorney of power.
Yeah, so he's not in like the power position, so to speak. But
power of attorney, right? One of those ways.
No,
right?
it's not power of attorney. That's
attorney,
more so after that's after you like pass away.
Yeah, there you go. But some shit like that.
But
you get what I'm saying, though.
No, he was just majority shareholder.
Yeah, there you go.
That's what I was looking for. But majority shareholder. And if they did a 50-50 split down the middle, it would put a rival, and of course there's going to be fees, right? In regards to attorney, court fees, all those things come into play. So that also gets equated as well. But if they were to split everything down the middle, she would stand to gain $65 billion in regards to that particular settlement, which would make it either the largest or the second largest. I think actually it would surpass the divorce payout to the wife or the ex-wife of Jeff Bezos. I think she got 63.5 billion in regards to the payout. And then she donated about 5.3 billion after that within the last year. So whole bunch of stuff there. But yeah, there's a whole bunch that's been coming out. So this is ongoing. And then we got,
I mean, I just wish them luck when they married, you know what I'm saying, on divorce and everything, you know, and
yeah,
just,
man. All right. So I know y'all
right.
probably are wondering who this person on the phone here is. Let me do him justice and get him together with the namesake. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are joined by the third part of the Triangle Offense, our boy OE. What's happening, player?
You
Marcy's finest.
Listen, guys, I just wanted to hop in here and first of all check up on exactly what's going on in this place. C.D.B podcast, you know what got.
Yeah, Omar.
Episode, if I'm not mistaken. And I just wanted to come in here to be your flowers. I know I'm sorry I couldn't be here today.
Yeah, man, you get some flowers too.
Mom Dukes.
Yeah, of course.
Mom Dukes, something happened that needed my immediate attention, and but I am here in spirit and in phone call. Yeah. So how's everything going, y'all?
Man, we out here. We got Linq looking exactly like Linq does in
Discord.
Yeah, in Discord, where it's like he be there, but he don't be there. So it looked like
what up, Linq was good, bro. How you, brother? Welcome to the podcast. Make yourself at home, sir.
Yeah.
I just came in here.
You muted, motherfucker.
Linq, bro.
You gotta get this shit together.
Man, nigga, you got one more time. Hey, we love you. We appreciate you. We enjoy you in the Discord, but I will give you the boot, good guy. Don't play with me. But anyways, yeah, man. Shout out to O. Shout out to Chris. Shout out to Linq.
I was talking this whole time and I didn't know.
This is why Canadian bacon stays on the other side of the border.
The disrespect.
Oh, maple syrup head ass.
Yo, come on, Linq, do me proud, bro. No, hold me down, bro.
Already know.
But gentlemen, this is a monumental event, monumental occasion.
Yes, it is. Episode 10.
Episode 10. I am so sorry that I had to miss this. This will not happen again.
No, family's more important, dude. So get that taken care of.
Take care of that, Joe.
We hold it down. We're all here.
I heard some slander was on the way for Jay-Z, and I definitely had to tap in.
Nah, man, Chris already got his funky off.
We already passed that, bro.
Yeah, he already got his funky off. But I know your ears were burning because somebody said something
that's why
about
I had to call in. No, I had to come in live and direct and call in.
I kept the light, bro.
Did they put the Hovinger signal in the sky?
Yeah, they
did. Yeah, you didn't hear it? Yeah, that came through.
It was the rock symbol that came up. That was it.
It's all right. Listen, I'm gonna pass by the Bronx, and I'm gonna ask a couple people about Chief Chris. See what they tell me.
Bro, you already on the block right now. What you mean?
Yes, sir. I didn't want to say it too quickly, you know.
I feel like I might have heard
Oh,
either
word.
some
Yeah,
gunshots.
Yo,
they already told me, you know. Chris used to, you know, run the block. He used to sell newspapers out here. He had the whole shit on lock.
Oh
nigga
man, he
stupid.
was selling bean pies and newspapers. That's
Niggas selling
crazy.
bean pies and essential oils.
this
You know,
nigga
that
was
Jovian Musk, if you need that, he got it for you. Yeah, like,
No.
he was a servant
Nah.
of the people out here.
oh word. That's how you giving it up, bro. That's how you giving it up.
He was a servant of the people out here.
This nigga was selling patalios and patelas and shit, nigga.
Nah, but see, now his hood is all gentrified and shit. I was telling him earlier that they selling jicama out here.
Man,
They're selling jicama
his old
and
hood got a
pastelillos out
Starbucks.
here.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
his hood, his old,
Oh, acting
his
like
old
I ain't
hood
never
definitely
seen
has
this
a
nigga on the
Starbucks.
block with the little icy truck, nigga.
Oh no, that was you. I heard
was
you
you.
was doing that as a part-time job.
This nigga had the little icy truck, nigga. The little icy truck.
Yo, he was doing that as a part-time job, y'all.
Man, he was
That
slanging.
was a summer youth job.
He was slanging popsicles.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, that
For the
was you.
low.
Oh,
Oh yeah, I forgot.
used to take the Kool-Aid.
Nah, Chris was out there selling callaloo.
Relax.
But listen, I don't want to mess up y'all flow. I was just calling in, you know, just to give y'all flowers and let y'all know that, you know, I am here in spirit with y'all. This is the C.D.B podcast, episode 10. You know, the best is just to come. It's just on the way. But I'm gonna roll up out of here and let y'all get back to podding, and I'm gonna hit y'all later. And this has been your boy O.E. and C.D.B, baby. We all we got.
Hey, we all we got. All right,
yo,
take it
peace,
easy, bro.
Yo, drive safe, King.
Until next time, sir.
Y'all. Yes, sir.
That was great. It came right at the right time, man.
Yeah.
So glad to hear from O. Glad him and the family are safe, doing good. Going through a couple other headlines, which really, like most of these, we really don't have to touch on. Just kind of letting people know like what's been happening in the time frame. And then we can even get into Verzuz, which really I didn't even watch it because I told y'all what I told y'all, and it wasn't gonna be something that I was looking for.
But shout out to Verzuz though.
Yeah. Man, it just wasn't it. It wasn't it.
Bro, honestly, it was so
What's
many.
been your favorite verses?
Say that again, bro.
What's been your favorite verses?
Anything Wu-Tang related. So Ghostface versus Ray, Red and Meth.
I feel you.
Both of those.
I think the Ghost and Ray is my favorite one too.
Ghost and Ray.
Ghost and Ray and the X and Snoop.
I feel you, but yo, you ain't see the Buju Banton and Billionaire joint?
That was also up there. High key.
I know
that was a party. That shit was a party, King.
I know it was.
I was straight Islander that night.
I know it was so many Jamaicans jumping off of rooftops on the chicks laying on tables.
Because I was in the summertime too.
You know, straight dance all mode, like homie.
Yo, that shit was crazy. Hands down.
Yeah, so that was
your
super.
One?
That's low key a super no,
definitely.
And they started freestyling at the end, like off the dome. You feel me?
The thing about that too is that like I think that's the one that really was like on some like, yo, this shit was like a party. You feel me?
Right.
And that's when they started making it more like a celebration and trying to have the stage and like that. You know what I'm saying?
And that shit was big for like, you know what I'm saying? You know that them niggas was real beef and bodies done dropped behind.
Oh yeah, for sure. Hell yeah. That's the same thing like with Gucci. That's the same thing like with Gucci and Jeezy.
Yeah, but them niggas still not cool. You feel me?
I know.
Like, don't get it for that. Gucci said, "I'll take this bag, but fuck this nigga." You feel me? But BD Man and Buju, like, they was actually like, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, we done beefed over some bullshit. You feel me?
Yeah, no, that was it. See, and that's the thing that I like about Verzuz is like it allows for you to go back and like listen, watch any of the verses that you may have missed, ones that you wanted to rewatch. But yeah, for sure. I would say, like, in regards to the storytelling,
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That's the
like
best part about Verzuz.
that is why I like Ray and Ghost. Even though Method Man and Redman was like, it was a better performance, but in regards to like the overall of what I enjoyed, like there were different things I took away, and I can't even say that like overall I enjoyed Ray and Ghost more than I did Method Man and Redman. For real, I enjoyed them both
Yeah.
equally, but for a few different reasons as to why I enjoyed them equally. So those two were my favorite, and then also Beanie Man and Bounty Killer. Is that who it was? I'm trying to think. It's been a minute since I've seen that one. I gotta go back.
And yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a minute since I've seen it.
And when I seen that joint, I was like, first of all, I'm like, damn, this nigga Bounty Killer, I forgot about these hits. And then listening to Beanie Man, I'm like, damn, this nigga catalog different.
No, that's the thing. That is the thing, is like, I didn't realize how much they really had until they displayed how much they really had.
Yeah.
And then it was like,
whoa.
And they shit went for wild long too. Like,
yo, they literally,
like 3 hours.
Yo,
anybody
because remember they had to shut it down at one point too.
I was gonna say,
they were trying to shut them down at one point.
Right. Anybody that can shut it down with the police, bro, and then be like, fam, look out. And then they got him up out of there, and then it was like, all right, we're gonna keep this rocking. So yeah, that was dope.
That was a real celebration for the island too, I think too, because they knew it was a national event. So it's like it brought more exposure to the island too, you know what I'm saying? And it was a beautiful moment too for the Caribbean.
Well, I think that
for Jamaica, you know, especially.
I think that Verzuz is hit in stages. There's been a few misses, I think. You know, there were a few, I won't necessarily name them, except for this one, because it was one I was not looking for, did not give a rat's.
And the one thing about this one, not looking forward to it too, you know, and because they knew it was a Mother's Day celebration, right? So yesterday I was busy watching other events, you know what I'm saying? Like I was watching the URL Ultimate Madness 3, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to that, you know what I'm saying? Smacking all them niggas what they doing over there, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, point being made is that I missed the Verzuz, you know. So earlier today, like I want to go just watch it real quick because I already know they were gonna have it on YouTube or some shit like that, you know what I'm saying? So I pulled it up. So as I'm watching like the first like 5-10 minutes, you know what I'm saying, besides them getting the introductions off, you know what I'm saying, and hey girl, yeah, I remember hell, blah blah blah, right? They start playing records, right? They do a little prayer before that, you know what I'm saying, and before they get into the records. And then they drop a song. They sing the song, right? That's the only song I've seen them sing for the rest of the night, like for the next 20 minutes. Like everything else was just fucking the music, the DJ's playing the records, you know what I'm saying? I was like, that's kind of corny. I'm like,
yeah, see, and that's the thing too, which is like,
because even when you had those two, who was it? Patti LaBelle versus what was her name?
Gladys Knight.
Gladys Knight, there you go. Patty versus Gladys, right? Those women sung those queens sung them songs, you know what I'm saying?
Well, they can actually still sing, like,
exactly, but that's what I'm saying.
Do that well. Now I'm not saying that these ladies from
me either, but
SWV and what was it, Escape?
But I just think that it was a better performance from them women actually giving us the live records and singing along with it, you know, as opposed to you. We here to watch, we just not here to. I don't want to see you just dance to your record. Like I want to hear you sing your record too. Like I want to. I know we're not paying for this concert, but it's like a concert, right? You got paid for this to do this.
Yeah, and that's part of the reason why I was like, I'm not really looking for this. Like it's not something. It's very hard to, when like I felt like I hit the pinnacle for real of, because then it was Ghostface, Earth, Wind and Fire versus Ghostface versus Raekwon, Earth, Wind and Fire versus the Isley Brothers, and then the 420 special, which was Redman versus Method Man. then to go to SWV and Escape. Now again, I think Versus they do a really good job at being diverse and bringing in different audiences.
Yeah, I
So
think that was
you
the
know,
main thing too, though.
I knew this wasn't something for me,
Yeah, it
and
was.
and I'm not
You
really
had to have been a really hardcore fan to be like, oh yeah, oh these are my queens. Like I'm gonna listen to this
right,
music. You know what I'm saying?
or even in what depending upon the environment. Now, mind you,
That is true too. That
I'm
is
kicking
true.
it by myself.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? Like I'm kicking it by myself. I'm not with anybody. I'm not
Mm,
listening to this. I'm not going for it. I'm not
mm-hmm.
with anybody that knows this music. So it's just me. I'm just gonna chill out. And kind of disappointing to hear that you go from two very good showmen in regards to like artistry still doing their thing, like,
Mm,
and then I don't know if these ladies had like special guests that
mm,
came out, which it doesn't necessarily seem like they would, unless there was a person
mm.
that they had on a song that was a feature to a song, or if they were featured on that person's song,
I
whatever.
think that they even played a Usher record like earlier in the battle. Um Escape, like but he didn't come out, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know how the show ended, like, anyway,
Too
but
busy spending them Usher bucks, bro.
nah, you already know too. He's
Too
promoting it.
he throwing it out there. So, yeah, man, it just wasn't something that I was really hunting for. Um, but hopefully
Oh, I think
this
it was
is
Keith
just like
Sweat.
a
I'm sorry.
and I think
Yeah.
also too, um, which I've heard this take, and we probably heard this take different places. Like you got to think too, man. Like they maybe they sold it at the right time, because
Mm-hmm.
to be honest, people saw how well this really did.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody was inside,
Yeah.
right?
And that's
So
the thing. Everybody's coming outside now. Like, so now you have to do more than just doing these live, just Instagrams or thriller shows. You know what I'm saying?
so
People are
so
gonna want to. So I think that's why I think Versus might turn into a concert event.
so
They
then
will.
yeah,
Definitely.
I think so too. I think it would be good. I think it would also be great to get like live feedback
Hmm.
of
And you know what they should
who
do
won
though?
what.
They should do like certain matchups, like for like how they do like a fucking Coachella, you know what I'm saying, party event, you know what I'm saying, it's like 2 3 days, you know what I'm saying, whatever. They could do that with the verses because of the amount of artists that they already
Man,
have right now that participated in.
if they did a versus with all of the people, a versus tour
Mm-hmm.
with all the people that have performed thus far, and then put them on different stages. By the way, Swiss Beats, Timbaland, if you hear this, just holler at your boy.
Yeah,
A.Hun, Govey is Aaron Hunter. Come find me.
yeah.
I'm in
Chief Kush,
Ohio.
I'm the one that just said this too though. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
you know,
yeah,
C.D.B
so
podcast. We can
yeah,
also be on site.
I think.
yeah.
Need
I think
somebody to
they
do some
probably.
interviews.
I
We
think.
said
I think.
Link.
I think they probably thought about this.
Nah, nigga. We assume. I don't assume. I
We
assume.
want credibility. Credibility.
Nah, what do they say? Assumptions is the brother of all
Yeah, yeah.
F
We don't
ups.
know that.
Yeah, I don't assume that anybody is intelligent in any thought, bro.
Well, damn,
Might
excuse you.
no. And I mean this in the most respectful and disrespectful way to anyone that's not in and present. But there are a lot of people that are you think they're smart, bro, but they're really stupid.
Mm,
2020 and the beginning of 2021 has shown us that. So, uh, I hope that intelligently these gentlemen decide to do something like this where they have a versus festival, maybe.
mm.
Um, if you need a place to host this, you can do that in Cincinnati. There's an amazing place on Sawyer Point, which is right on the river. And you've also got a large
Look at
and
A-Hun
bubble.
mapping it out.
You know what I'm saying, bro? I've already I've planned. I've been a project manager on a few different festivals, some that were successful, some that weren't successful. I've met some interesting people.
Okay,
Um,
that's
you
cool.
know, like I've rubbed elbows with people who are like, "Oh, dang, you met
Mm.
him? You met her?" Yup. But yeah, no, I've been playing in a festival for the longest period of time. So,
Yeah.
um, Yeah, if you want to host a Verzuz festival or even a concert series, holla at your boy. I know people that know people that are people that know people, or just people. So we can make something shake.
There you
But
go.
yeah,
There you go. So, A.Hun, can
I
we do
think
me a favor?
yeah,
Can we segue real quick into some sports?
yeah, man. So there's a
All
couple
right, so
different
let's
things.
let's get into that draft real quick. Now, Link, have you seen the draft?
The
Link,
NFL draft.
Yes, sir.
I saw like the highlights of some of the picks.
Oh, okay.
yep. So, and if I get a chance, give me 1 second. I'm gonna pull up um the draft picks.
Yeah, I'm look forward to it real quick.
So,
So
anyways,
anyway, so
since
yeah, so we talking about the draft and everything. Since we talking about that, who's you got teams?
Bengals, even though I don't care.
Are you a ride or die like me?
No, I'm not a ride or die. I just like the organization because I'm close by. Um, I also know that the owner Mike Brown thinks that he is anything close to his dad, and he's not. We don't have a GM. We haven't had a
Mhm.
GM since he's been the owner. Um, and the AFC North is absolutely stacked. So, do I like our first pick? Yeah, I mean, I'm waiting to see what we get because we picked up the receiver from LSU, who is familiar with Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow is familiar with him. And I think they also had video that was posted on Joe Burrow's Instagram of them doing routes. So,
Mhm.
and one of my buddies that made a super outrageous claim that he predicted that the Bengals would have a 9-win season this upcoming
Mhm.
year, and I was like, bro, how?
Nah,
But they
man.
also got some tackles, offensive and defensive,
Mhm.
which is much needed, but I don't know if we've really retooled. We've got a few major losses, so we've had to fill some gaps, but I was very worried about us from a draft standpoint because I didn't think we had enough offensive line support for Joe Burrow. But we made some moves that um um what's the word? I wouldn't say I'm happy with them. I would say that I am um okay for the time being. But again, we
Mhm.
don't know. Everybody's different, and you really hope that people that get drafted into a situation can grow into those positions and do well, especially if
Mhm.
it's for your team. But hardest thing for me and biggest takeaway that I had from the overall draft is I think the AFC North is the toughest division in all of the NFL.
The AFC North.
So you have the Browns, you have the Steelers, you have the
Mhm.
Bengals, and then you have the Baltimore Ravens. So, looking at those teams, especially from the standpoint of who's made a playoff, who's been, well, I don't think the Steelers made the playoffs this year, but I think they were going through a ton of injury problems. I'm not sure how well they did. I never
I
looked for
think
the
the
Steelers.
NFC East looks strong this year too, though.
Who
The
is that?
Giant, the NFC East.
Bro, stop
You
it.
got the Giants. You
The
got
Eagles,
Cowboys, Eagles,
I'd never give anything to the Cow.
Redskins.
Andy Dalton went to go play with the Cowboys and still, like, he was a starter, right? He was a starter
Mhm.
at Cincinnati. And then he went to become the backup for Dak Prescott, who then got hurt after signing a contract, which really, I don't know why anybody that has a holdout and it's been, and let me tell me if you guys notice this, but you usually have players who have a long contract or a holdout with their contract, right? Or negotiations for a new contract. And then within that same season, whether or not they do or don't come to an agreement, there's always an injury that comes about.
About 80% of the time.
Yeah, 80% of the time, and mostly that is due to the fact that players are not going through the motions of what they need to get their body prepped and ready. So
it's a lot of wear and tear.
Yeah, and the longer time that you take in regards to getting ready or into preseason and getting your body ramped back up to do and take that type of abuse as a football player, then they are going to have some type of like they're already behind. So that's part of the reason there. But in regards
because
to
that's why the one thing about football is that, like, you know what I'm saying, like for those athletes, I feel like they have to train year round, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
because
you are correct.
like,
I absolutely agree with
but
you.
also not only just that though, they on their all season too, they got to take that time too to recover too. Like they got to take that time not to, you know, for especially depending on how their season ends, you know what I'm saying? The season end early, you know what I'm saying, then more time for recovery, you know what I'm saying? But whatever the case would be, but definitely, like, I think yeah, it's just a lot of wear and tear in football, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so like for me, that's the only it's real hard for me to say that like the NFC East. I don't know.
I'm just rooting for my Giants. That's the only reason why I said them, bro.
Yeah, I
can't just throw them in. You
I
know what I'm
can't
saying?
look
Fuck
across
that.
the board
You know what
like
I'm saying?
and be like, well, Philly, which Philly might, you know, surprise some people, but they had a very drastic fall off after their Super Bowl win a couple
Yeah, they
years back.
did.
Yeah,
One of
so
the
they had
reasons
a
why is because
Nick
they
Foles
fucking
left.
they let go of the one who got the chip.
Nick Foles left. Ended up getting a starting spot somewhere else. Carson Wentz ended up going down and getting hurt. Jalen Hurts ends up taking over. Does a good
Didn't
enough job
Carson
that he
Wentz
can,
leave too though?
huh?
Didn't Carson leave also? Or he's still on the Eagles?
I think he's still there. But
I think he got traded.
He got
Carson
traded,
Wentz,
yeah. Cause it was now it's this guy Jalen, what's his name?
Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts, and
So
then
Jalen Hurts is number
and then
one.
the one that they took out from the they took him they put him in, they took him out to put some other guy in. Fuck, I'm on.
Carson Wentz in Indianapolis now.
Oh, okay. See, I knew he was going though.
Oh yeah, that's right. But wait, is that after didn't Andrew Luck retire?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
So that's the reason why Indianapolis needed another franchise quarterback. Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff that's going on. For me, my team, the Bengals, we end up trading one of our biggest assets, which was AJ Green, to the Arizona Cardinals for a few draft picks. I think not only I'm not sure if we utilize
Oh,
any
y'all
of
got
those.
AJ Green no more? I was
We
just like, who's
don't.
AJ Green?
We
Like,
do not. So, you know, and I think it
and
for
he's on the
him.
Cardinals, you said?
Yes.
On the
So
Arizona
for
Cardinals,
him, I
okay.
totally understand why he wants to.
And who's their quarterback?
That I don't know. Couldn't even tell you. Which tells you how little I watched. Who?
Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray.
Yeah,
I don't know who the fuck
Arizona. Yeah, he's short. He's a black guy. He's like 5'10".
Couldn't tell you who that is.
Arizona Cardinals quarterback.
Yeah, I know. We understand what you're saying, bro. I just don't know
who
that
yeah.
is. And you know, that's no disrespect to him, but
no, yeah, for sure. Shout out to that
I
guy too.
personally
What's his
can
name?
tell you
Carey?
that
What?
I'm just now starting
Kyler
to.
Murray.
Yeah, I'm just now starting to get back into sports and understanding sports, like Champions League finals coming up. So that's going to be between Manchester City and Chelsea. And I feel like I have completely missed the entire season.
Really?
Yeah, bro. Like I
So
went.
are you still gonna watch it though?
Yeah, of course,
The
dude. Of
championship,
course.
like,
And I always go back and watch stuff anyway.
Yeah. You watch like highlights or whatever, right?
Well, yeah,
Are you rooting for Chelsea?
no,
Why not?
because I'm an Arsenal fan, so I don't root for any other London teams,
But
especially
are
not.
you an Are you an American first? They
Yeah,
have an
no, I
American
don't
player on
care. Good for
Chelsea.
him. Good
Now
for
this
him.
would be history.
Bro,
This would
good
be
for him.
history.
Good for him. I
Oh,
don't care. I don't care. Bro, I'm not on that nationalist stuff, bro.
you,
I don't care. Like it's great to see like US national team players
Playing on
that are
different
playing
levels.
and doing well at that
Mhm.
level, which we already knew that they could do that. But it's because the reason why everybody's like, "Oh man, it's great to see an American, playing at high levels." Bro, soccer in America, football globally, but soccer in America, we don't even have our best athletes playing the sport. Like our best
Uh,
athletes
we
would
don't.
pick soccer over, like they're not picking soccer over basketball, football. Can you say baseball? Arguably,
I
Baseball
honestly
might even baseball
baseball
might
is
even
like
be
the
number
lowest
4.
tier,
Yeah,
like the
no,
lowest
I'm
tier
saying
for
in
me.
regards to
And
like the big 4 major, because
no, it's one of the most highly generated business wise. But I'm saying like for me, like
yeah, no, no,
as
no.
watching out of all the major sports is it's the lowest for me. Like I don't watch
Yeah,
baseball.
I don't.
I don't watch
It's a
baseball.
rarity if I watch baseball, even though
Have you been to games
Cincinnati
though?
Reds, the Reds pitcher just threw a no hitter. Good for him. I appreciate, and I always love Big Red Machine. Um, Anything Cincinnati sports, I'm a fan of, but
Have you ever
also,
been to a baseball game though?
yeah, bro, a
Yeah.
few. Like
Yo,
actually,
them shits live though is mad fun because
it's
it's
fun,
like
but
it also depends on who you go with. Like if you go with a certain, what I'm saying, people,
facts,
like if you
facts.
going with your homeboys and everything, what I'm saying, you probably like high up in the Raptors and everything, you could be able to, you get your drink on, probably like a little blunt, what I'm saying, you be good. And
Yeah,
yo,
no, I
just but really just get to enjoy it with your because on baseball it's like unless something really happens, it happens. You feel me? So you unless you there with your homies, you just sitting there, you getting twisted, drunk and shit. You just enjoying yourself. You're gonna be bored. Like
yeah, baseball to me is too slow.
it's baseball is definitely
I
a homie
even watching
sport.
it,
Like
like
watch with your homies.
no, it's just boring to me.
No,
Like
it is.
personally,
Yeah, for TV. Yeah,
and what's crazy
that
is
and
I
golf.
used to I
I'm
used
like
to play
I don't
baseball, and
fucking.
I was better at baseball than I was at soccer at the age that I stopped playing it.
Mm,
But it was just boring, bro. Like it was
mm,
boring. So, and you're right. I do agree that like there are some games, and it's depending upon who you go with, that
mm.
makes those games fun. But I also see why there's a lot of stuff that baseball, in regards to like the brand, has to do to keep the attention of people, right? So
Yeah,
there's a lot
yeah.
that's there. But yeah, man,
Yeah,
it's
so
kind
let's
of
also get into
crap.
some basketball real quick before we get
Yeah,
out of sports.
but I wanted to go through real quick just to kind of give first round who got what. So we'll go through the top 10. Jaguars pick up Trevor Lawrence, QB out of Clemson.
Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm.
In CBS Sports graded that an A plus. Number 2, Zach Wilson, QB out of BYU. CBS rates that a B. 49ers, Tyler Lance, QB out of North Dakota State University. Um, and the wild thing is that CBS Sports gave them a C minus because they actually traded up 2 first round picks um,
Mm-hmm.
to get to that particular position. Number 4, Kyle Pitts, tight end out of Florida, goes to the Falcons. That was graded an A. Bengals, Jamar Chase, wide receiver, LSU. That was graded B plus. Number 6, Jalen Waddle, wide receiver out of Alabama. This is B plus. He goes to the Dolphins. Number 7, the
Mm-hmm.
Lions got Penei Sewell, offensive tackle out of Oregon. That is much needed for them. Matthew Stafford has since been transferred, and I think they got the former quarterback from the LA Rams, who is now
Jared Goff.
Yeah, so I think Goff is now the starting quarterback.
I heard something like that. Yeah.
Number 8, the Panthers. They acquired J.C. Horn, cornerback out of South Carolina, rated a B. Broncos, Patrick Surtain, the second cornerback out of Alabama. That's graded an A. Eagles, Devon Smith, wide receiver out of Alabama, B+. Bears, which is number 11. So I'll actually see if I can get to Giants. So we'll stop at number 20 because the Giants had the 20th pick. So, and I know this is kind of dragging a little bit. Justin Fields, number 11 with the Bears, quarterback out of Ohio State. That was ranked an A or graded an A. Number 12 for Cowboys had a pick. They got Micah Parsons, linebacker out of Penn State. Penn State always produces pretty good linebackers. That was rated to be Chargers, Rashawn Slater, offensive tackle, Northwestern, rated a B. Jets, Elijah Vera Tucker, offensive line, USC, B+. Patriots, Mac Jones, quarterback, Alabama. And this was, I felt bad, bro, because homeboy was like I think the last person that came up out of the conference room to finally be drafted, but to be drafted as a quarterback going to a really good organization like the Patriots. Yeah.
They're
so
probably the best dynasty in football history.
Well, it's just a good situation for him because they don't really have like a legit starter. And I think Cam Newton, I don't know if Cam Newton got picked up again by the Patriots.
He did.
Yeah, he did. He got picked
Okay.
up again.
So this is, I mean, either way, bro, this is
lighting the
good.
fire under his ass. Like,
No, well,
listen.
it's good for it's good in both ways. It's a give and a take. So you've got a well kind of disciplined quarterback that has pretty much lived in a pro style offense his entire collegiate career at Alabama. So he's Gucci in that realm. Not only that, even if he doesn't start, then he has the chance to learn from Cam Newton, right? Because Cam Newton came from the SEC as well, even though he played for Auburn. He also was a franchise quarterback for a long period of time. So it just allows for Mac Jones just to have a much easier transition into the profession. Cardinals, they went after Xavier Collins, linebacker out of Tulsa. Excuse me. That was rated a B+. The Raiders, number 17, Alex Leatherwood, offensive line, out of Alabama. Let's see. Dolphins, Jalen Phillips, edge. So I don't know if that's offensive or defensive, but not really that familiar with football. So that was graded to B. Number 19, the Washington Redskins. Wait, excuse me. No longer the Washington Redskins, the Washington football team. My apologies to my native family. I do apologize. I'm just so accustomed to the fact that like the Washington, they have just been that name forever. That I forgot, y'all. I forgot. So I do apologize. So they went Jamin, I don't know. Jamin Davis, linebacker out of Kentucky. Surprising, got a football player out of Kentucky. That is graded an A. And then the Giants, number 20, Kadarius Toney, wide receiver out of Florida, ranked a B. So that is the top 20 the first round. There are more that are here, but if you go to CBS Sports and you look for the article that reads 2021 NFL draft grades and analysis for every round selection, from Trevor Lawrence to Joe Tyron. And I don't even know who that is. So, anyways, or Joe Tryon. Anyways. So, outside of that, we've also got some other side of the pond football news. And then that, let's see. We have other side of the pond news. I think what I need to do is go to the right place. Neymar, global icon in the world of football, applies his trade for PSG and also the Brazilian national team. At one point in time was crowned the heir apparent to Cristiano Ronaldo and Leo Messi. Neymar has signed a 4-year contract extension with PSG. So I don't know where that puts him necessarily, but Neymar, wildly enough, left Barcelona, where he was a teammate not only of Luis Suarez, but also Leo Messi. And then he decided he wanted to get more money, and he signed with Paris Saint-Germain for $212 million, if I'm not mistaken. So he's just been extending his contract through that. But anyways,
Of course, he'll stay with PSG. They
yeah,
gonna
of
let him
course.
do what the fuck he wants.
Well, that and this, it's just it's too big a contract, I think, for anybody to buy him out. If anything, they're gonna allow for him to run his contract down. But the fact that he is gonna stay there, it just means a lot. Also, we have 3 games left in La Liga. And then in the lead, we have Atletico with 77 points. We've got Real Madrid with 75 points. And then we've got Barcelona with 75 points. 3 games left in the league to see who will be the La Liga champions. And if anybody doesn't understand how they have points, is you get 3 points for a win, 1 point for a draw, 0 for a loss. So that is a very close title race. Other than that, I think that's pretty.
I would love for Diego Simeone to win because he got shafted a couple of times in a Champions League finals.
I mean, but did he though? Did he
Did
though?
you see the one where they tied it? Right?
Yeah, of course, man. I've watched all the Champions League finals.
That was past the 90 something.
I see what you're saying. Listen.
They would have fucking, but because it was Real Madrid, they let it rock.
Which, yeah, bro,
like,
they absolutely
we can't let this boring ass team win. We can't let this boring. That's how they looking at it. That's just fucked up. They earned that shit.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. Let me see. Other than that, because Chris, I know there's Bayern Munich, Bayern München are officially Bundesliga champions for the 9th straight season, starting all the way back in 2013. And they are now once again crowned the Bundesliga champions in Germany. Like Bayern Munich is the cheat code, bro. It's like, if y'all don't know,
I heard the title race was real close this year though.
Yeah, it was super close. And then just Borussia Dortmund just kind of fell apart a little bit towards the end. So but
Yeah.
they were still challenging, I think, and they went a little bit further, if I'm not mistaken, in the Champions League than Bayern Munich did. So maybe it gave Bayern Munich a little bit more time to focus on the season. Plus, Robert Lewandowski has been going crazy. Like, homie is an absolute cyborg. I'm surprised. Well, I'm kind of offended that he did not win the um Ballon d'Or.
They won't never give it to him because
No,
it's not a
well,
sexy pick.
I don't understand why it's not, bro. Because he legit has been like the best striker in all of Europe for
Yeah,
the
he
last
has been
calendar
for a
year.
long time. I agree, but it's not sexy.
Yeah,
There's
this
not enough controversy.
bro. The controversy is they didn't get controversy is they didn't give it to him. So there's that.
Yeah,
Chris,
yeah, I feel you.
I know that the Super League, they're still trying to get that together. So Real Madrid, Juventus, and Barcelona are the only three teams that are left. Everybody else has since backed out. So we will see. Chris, what other things in sports do we need to get to? I have talked way too long about world football. We've actually
Yeah,
talked
and
about
we
football,
gotta
which is
wrap this
crazy.
up soon
Yeah,
too.
absolutely, bro. What else we got?
All right, so in other sports, you know what I'm saying? We got in the NBA sports, right?
Oh,
We have
we gonna talk about the Knicks. I already know it.
no. It's not just the Knicks. I'm just first of all, we are going to shout out to the Knicks, you know what I'm saying? They won again today, you know what I'm saying? Holding on the number 4 spot right there. So we also just gonna talk about like yo, Linq, who you say you was rocking with?
I'm a Lakers fan.
You're a Lakers fan, right? Exactly. So yeah,
Mm.
you realize that the Lakers are on the 7th seed right now, right? And they
You
actually
realize
playing
the
right now
Lakers are
too.
busting the Phoenix Suns ass right now, right?
Oh god
Without LeBron.
damn. I just turned it on and looked at it. Okay. God damn. This is live, ladies and gentlemen. This is live, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, so
Without LeBron.
listen, they have this is
They
only
can't.
they only second quarter though. It's all right. You gotta relax. My thing is though,
We
the
the
Lakers, they might not make it. And then look who bumped them down.
champ.
Mr. Damian. Bye bye.
That would be interesting to see the Lakers not in the I don't see it happening, but I think it'd be
Yeah,
interesting
because
to see it.
even if yeah, because you know what it is, bro. Like even if they don't, because like now they have it to where the 7th to 10th position, they have to fight for their way to get into the playoffs final spots, right? So now, um, the Lakers, they are in 7th position. So now if they remain here at the end of the season, then they have to fight for their way to get in.
Right.
LeBron's the first nigga who's calling out. First guy was calling out, talking about, oh, this is some bullshit. Whoever said that need to get fired.
LeBron's had too much to
But
worry about.
all the teams that's under us. All the teams that's under us are not on our level, right? So
Wait,
let's
who
say
is
we're
us,
talking about
bro?
Dame Lillard and
Yo, bro.
That would move him to 6th. Listen. That would move him to 6th.
Bro, they still gotta play. Yo, listen, what's the name?
Who's under us though?
All
8th,
right,
9th, and 10th.
you got Golden State, Memphis, and San Antonio. Golden State,
Are you
what
kidding
Clay
me
is
right
doing,
now?
what Curry is doing right now, bro, you gotta relax.
That's it.
What Curry,
That's it. Who else?
and all
Who
you need is that one win to get out of there.
Oh my god.
So like who would play who though?
Funny.
Like it would be the 7th team versus the 10th team and 8th team versus the 9th team.
Niggas, the Knicks start doing good, then niggas talking crazy.
What? The Knicks are playing, yo. The Knicks are
Nah,
playing
he wildin'.
phenomenal.
He
The Knicks are
wildin'. You
playing
know he wildin'.
phenomenal. Don't be a hater, my guy. Like, yo,
You know,
they
Chief
just
is
put
wildin'.
away the Clippers tonight, all right? They just put them away. That's the top team in the West, right?
Fuck the
Top
Clippers.
3.
The fuck? Everybody
Top
bust their
3.
ass. Everybody bust their ass.
But they
you
not
Wait.
just them. They've
So-
beaten a
so
lot of
who-
top teams
Hang on. So the Clippers are a top 3 team in the West.
right now. Yeah, in the standings. Yeah,
Okay.
you got Utah, you got Phoenix that's number 2, and then you got Clippers number 3. Number 4 is Denver. Number 5 is Dallas Mavericks. 6 is Portland Trailblazers. 7 is Lakers, and 8th is Golden State. And then 9th is the Grizzlies, and then 10th is the Spurs.
So objectively, can the Spurs beat us?
Can the Spurs, if y'all was to, if y'all was to play the Spurs in that one game, that one off, nah, I don't think the Spurs could beat y'all. They can, but they can't.
Who's next? Who's the other one?
No, it's just one and done. So once you get in there, then the 7th will play who? The 7th will play Phoenix. They will play Phoenix first. And that
Hold on. No, because you're saying we might not get in. Let's see who's left. You feel me?
that's what I'm saying. You
Let's
only
see
got to
who's
play
left
that
to
one
get in.
team to get into the playoffs. And once you play that team, that next team that you will play in your first round match up right now, if everything stands the way it is, will be Phoenix.
And Phoenix ain't fucking with us, dog. Fuck you, man. They had a good year. It's cute.
Bro,
You feel me?
I
fuck with CP3. I fuck with CP3. CP3, my nigga, he should get some MVP consideration. As we proceed, he ain't fucking with LeBron and them. Are you kidding me?
Nah, you bugging, Mo. I'm telling you for sure. Yo, you bugging.
Who
Yo,
gonna stop AD?
Nah, if they stay healthy, nobody. But Brooklyn,
I
same
just
thing with
wanna-
Brooklyn. If Brooklyn don't stay healthy, they might be in trouble going against anybody.
Funniness.
The only team that I see
think-
Brooklyn.
I don't think Brooklyn's making out the East.
I don't think so either. I don't know. It's a toss up. It could be Brooklyn, Philly, or it could be the Bucks, but I don't think it's like Brooklyn definite. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they have a nice squad though. And shout out to Brooklyn, but shout out to my Knicks. Julius Randle
it's
having
still
an
be Boston.
MVP, having an MVP fucking season. Like that man, and they
I
get
don't know about all that, but he balling.
bro. He's having an MVP. Yo, bro. Yo, listen. Come on, my guy. Come on, guy. He's doing
I don't know
everything.
about all that, but
He's doing
balling.
everything. Nah, but he's not. But
I
he's
feel
not.
you, I
But
feel
he's
you.
not the MVP though. I'm just saying he's having a season like an MVP.
Okay.
No. I'm not saying he's the MVP. No, definitely, we're not doing that. No, we not. This is Curry's season again. This is Curry MVP season.
You're right.
Bro, who's having a better season than Curry? Who's carrying? This man has scored in like the last fucking 2 months. He's like had like fucking 40 points like in like 30 games or plus or some shit bullshit like that. But,
Chris,
like,
look at my face.
What happened? Curry, yo, bro, he's doing some shit. And also shout out to Carmelo Anthony. He just ranked as a number 10 scorer of all time in the NBA history.
Shout out to Carmelo.
Shout out to Carmelo.
And then I think to put a bow on sports, because we're getting long in the long.
Yeah, we gotta get out of here anyway.
Kentucky Derby winner Medina Spirit tests positive for steroids. Trainer Bob Baffert suspended. I think this is the 5th time that particular trainer has been caught giving the animals steroids. So here we are. But other than that,
Why they keep letting them train them?
yeah, bro, I'm surprised he's not banned from the sport for life, but you know, who knows.
Yeah.
In other headline news now, originally this actually took place after our last podcast, is there was a Chinese rocket and the debris from the rocket had an unknown trajectory of where it was going to land when it was originally reported. So that put the world on high alert because that much debris falling from a particular rocket especially where the landing site might be unknown, put a
Mhm.
lot of jeopardy or people in jeopardy, just depending upon
Mhm.
if it made point of entry and and contact anywhere that people would be or
Yeah, for
land,
sure. Oh yeah.
really. So we end up finding out today, and it was a 21-ton Chinese rocket was falling back to earth, and then the only headline that read originally from 2fab .com is it would land somewhere. So we didn't have an idea of where it was going to land, and they made a projection map potentially of where it could land. And then got an update today from TMZ.com that the Chinese rocket debris lands in the Indian Ocean.
Mhm.
Other than that, I think we have pretty much covered most of our topics. Former President Donald Trump Facebook ban upheld. He was not too happy. You can find that particular article on TMZ.com.
Mhm.
And then a lot of what we are starting to see now in regards to the political landscape is, since he's unable to tweet, now a lot of his quote unquote lackeys within the Republican Party are going to be doing a lot of.
Speaking for him.
Absolutely. So,
Fuck Donald Trump.
which is super
Chief could
weird.
have said that,
Yeah,
by the way.
it's super weird to me because there's a lot of correlations with, you know, the fact that we do have a person that quote unquote poured gasoline on top of an absolute dumpster fire, and then threw a small gallon of jet fuel into said dumpster fire on top of it. And the inside the jet fuel is mixed with a little bit of gunpowder. So I'm just surprised at how lenient these things have been
Mhm.
in regards to the steps in process. I think a lot of that's due just to the fact of Republicans really going out of their way to omit what has transpired. Um, but yeah,
Yeah.
so other than that, I think, and I don't really think I want to end on that one because that was kind of gross. But we do get what was it? We get first images from the upcoming prequel to Game of Thrones with images from House of the Dragon for Game of Thrones prequel.
That's
So
for y'all Game of Thrones motherfuckers, because I don't
yeah,
know shit about that shit,
so
nigga.
there's a
Mhm.
couple of things that came out that people started to see. Trying to think. Oh, and then also to make an update, Bill Gates gave 1.8 billion in stock to Melinda on day
Mhm.
of divorce.
Mhm.
You sure did.
Mm.
Yep.
Okay.
So Demon Slayer. Here we go. Demon Slayer is the first Japanese movie to top the U.S. box office since original Pokemon movie. So that's super dope. I'm glad to have heard that.
Mhm.
I know that Mortal Kombat, there's also news of that as well.
Yeah.
Where Mortal Kombat topped the box office in its opening
Opening week. Yeah.
week, where it was $22.5 million is what it did at the box office.
Mhm.
So
Congratulations.
congratulations to Mortal
Congratulations. Yeah.
Kombat. I mean, to be honest, and I've had this conversation, especially in Discord, I would probably rank this as the best Mortal Kombat movie thus far, if not for the lead character and
Yeah.
how absolutely out of place he was in the continuity, the story.
You gotta let it develop, bro. Let's just
Yeah,
see what
we'll
happens
see.
in the next run.
But at least for right now, I just
Mhm.
think that
Yeah.
it
You just
wasn't
gotta let
done.
it. You gotta let them work, man. Let them work. All right. They got a
Uh,
It
vision.
gotta be better. It should gotta be better
They
than
got a
the
vision,
original
bro. They
movie.
already got approved for a certain amount of extra movies, so
yeah,
they
but
got.
they yeah, that's cool because
Let's
everybody
just
wanted to come
see.
outside. I'm just telling you, it's bunk. You can sit there and say,
Part two is not like fucking god tier. I don't think I want to watch part 3 or 4 or
yeah,
whatever
part
else.
2 isn't God tier. I'm coming right back here and I'm gonna be looking
Oh,
at
we
you.
gonna tear that shit up.
Man, carrot,
We
crazy.
gonna tear that shit up.
Yeah, that's right, bro. So let's see. Last but not least, in crypto world, um, Ethereum's 27-year-old creator is now worth a billionaire. So Vitalik Buterin, and I know I probably butchered his name, a 27-year-old Russian Canadian programmer, created Ethereum in 2013 when he was 19. The cryptocurrency launched in 2015, and now Buterin holds about 333,500 Ether in his public wallet. Multiply that by the 3,500 record high Ether stood at on Tuesday, and you'll get more than 1.1 billion. So, crypto. Sooner or later, and in the future, we're gonna have some folks that are in the finance fields and industry, and then we'll really get in depth, trying to knock down some really probing questions about cryptocurrency, about blockchain, about decentralized banking, everything like that. Just because we'd like to keep everybody informed, but also allow for there to be some growth and conversation in that. So I think that we are here. I know that everybody is probably at that point. Again,
So
Linq, a big shout out to Linq for coming through, holding it down, making sure that we got at least a triangle within the triangle, even though this dude seems like he's in the shadow realm. So,
he's doing something. The demons got a hold of that ass.
yeah, he low-key on demon time for real. So
but yeah, that definitely though. Thank you for coming through, you know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying, follow links on what's your go ahead, plug your shit, bro.
LNQ MRJERZ, all platforms.
All right, y'all
simple
heard it,
as
man.
that.
Facebook, all that.
Simple as that. Chief, you got anything for us?
No, I think I'm gonna save it to next one.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
Are we talking about the giveaway announcement?
Yeah. We'll save it to the next one.
All right. We'll keep that on ice. We'll wait till.
But yeah, just know that we have something special coming up.
We got an announcement coming. We got a special giveaway.
Once we get back next week with OE, you know what I'm saying? And we definitely gonna launch that. All right, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Can't wait. So thank you everyone.
Tuning in. Yes.
Chief Chris.
Joe.
As always, I am your boy,
Say no more.
A.Hun, the #1 Shogun. Watch your motherfucking cut your goddamn head off with the goddamn katana. Don't play with me, bitch. Anyways, love y'all. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, wherever you are listening, make sure to give us a like, subscribe, follow on all DSPs, all platforms, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Spotify, Apple Podcast, YouTube, wherever you get your podcast, wherever you consume, you can find us there. You can also give us a shout. We'll invite you to the private group on Facebook. And if you want to give us a shout or you want to join our Discord group, be sure to reach out to any of us. So then that way we can send you a personal invite. Until next time, this has been the C.D.B podcast. And as always, my guy, C.D.B podcast, we all we got.
We out. Peace.